welcome to the Illinformed Podcast.
We're back, baby.
We're back. Season 1. Obviously, if anybody did watch the like 8 episodes we did,
they were amazing
a year ago. They were
Marvel
pretty good.
XXX,
but I think
the Phoebe GBs.
Yeah, the Phoebe GBs is my favourite one.
I was listening to them all today.
Or like build a wall around my balls. That's my favourite one.
Around my balls.
If anybody doesn't know who we are, my name's Jake. No, sorry.
What a start. Sorry, what an absolute start.
My name's Nathan Wheeler. I'm 21.
Are you sure?
And this is Jake.
My name's Jake Wheeler.
We're brothers. Can you tell?
My name's Jake. I'm 21. And I'm a white male with tattoos and a nicotine addiction.
Oh, heck yes. Mama Jake, he's lying. If you're listening, he's lying. He doesn't have a nicotine. She knows.
She found vape pods in my bin.
Oh, how did that go?
She didn't say anything. We were talking about something and she probably went, it's probably all that vaping. And I just went, yeah, thinking that she meant like last summer, because I confessed last summer that me and Kieran used to vape.
Okay.
And then she emptied my bins one day without like telling me, and they were like right on top. So I'm just like, she knows, she just won't ask. So
I think I don't know. I think vaping's not that.
I don't do
bad.
it in front of her.
Obviously, Craig does it. So her piece does it. So like
Her side piece
does it. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, maybe it is. I guess it's her son rather than just like a guy she knows. But is Craig a guy she knows?
I think it's a little bit more than that now. I think we're in the deep end now.
I'm joking, Craig. You're a great guy.
Craig's not going to listen to this.
No, probably
Neither
won't.
his mum.
Not even 4 minutes in.
She might, to be fair. We've been lockdown brought us a lot closer, so she might.
Nice. To be honest, I think lockdown didn't bring my family apart, but like really highlighted to me the need for my own space.
The issues.
And more own space, you know? Because I don't think my room really cuts it. I think working in my room for 7 hours, then gaming / streaming in my room for the remaining time that I'm awake, and only not being in my room when I'm eating food.
Yeah, being stuck here.
It was tough. It was really tough.
I had that, but on a different way. I wasn't even working.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you were literally.
I was just sat in my room all day.
And I could tell with you because you were not going to bed for like till like 5 a.m. some nights.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bed till the sun came up.
But simply because I guess you just had the energy to stay up because you weren't doing anything apart from running.
Yeah.
Jake ran.
I ran. I got so bored I started running and I got pretty good at it. 2.5 kilometers in 12:55.
And we would just like to announce to you today that Jake is entering the London Marathon next year. We've kind of skipped past newcomers to the podcast and what they should expect from the podcast. So
you should expect absolutely nothing.
The podcast is called the Illinformed Podcast. The premise is Jake and I are friends.
Yep.
And we're quite ill-informed about the topics we speak about.
Yep. Well, actually, if they're topics, because before we didn't really plan out and we just kind of sat down with a mic and went, let's see what happens. But this time we've actually planned, so we might actually be slightly informed.
We might be slightly informed. Obviously, we only then have a week to inform ourselves about the topics.
I did think about my topics today.
I thought about my topics kind of throughout the week that we went, well, let's start the podcast again. and then all this has happened.
It's because I'm allowed back in your house now.
Yeah, true. I would like to explain the logo really quickly because it might not make sense to anyone but me. So if you haven't seen the logo, go and look at it now. It's a little brain that he has a face and eyes, but he's dead. He's got like cross eyes and he's like on the floor like dead, okay? He's got little arms and little legs. Originally, my idea was it was going to be Jake and I standing over the brain with him like a hockey stick because he's a little hockey guy. Me with maybe like a keyboard.
Don't play hockey anymore.
Or something. Okay, then a bass guitar, I guess.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Me with like a keyboard or a mouse or something or a controller, and the brain in a pool of blood, like we bludgeoned it to death, right? Because we are so ill-informed that we're like beating the knowledge out of any topic that we speak about.
Yeah.
However, that was against YouTube's terms of service. You're not allowed to have blood or like violence in in anything that you do on YouTube. So I had to step it back. I had to make it a bit simpler of just the dead brain. But I'm going to say now, that shit would look good on merch.
It would look good on a hat.
Embroidered on a hat.
I don't know about a hoodie, but then again, I don't really wear branded hoodies.
I think like just a little, because it's such a little logo, you could have it embroidered anywhere, and I think it would look pretty sweet.
It would look really good on a hat. I'd wear it on a hat.
Socks.
I always wear white socks.
I have some funky ass socks. Yeah, so that's the premise of the podcast. We're not saying it's going to stay like that forever. We might actually then get informed about things being on the podcast. Yeah. You guys responding to us and letting us, informing us of the topics that we speak about.
Yes.
The reason that last season ended, what was the reason? I guess
nothing at all. We just stopped.
We just stopped. But we're back.
When was the last one?
The last one is about a year and a half ago. Well, actually, there is an unreleased podcast that we did.
Is there?
There is, that we recorded and I edited, and I thought it was a bit too risque to post.
Was that the most recent one, or was it in the middle somewhere?
It was the most... No, it's not the most recent one that's uploaded.
No, I mean, so we uploaded all 8 and then we recorded a 9th and you went, no, I'm not putting that up.
Yeah.
Or was it like the 4th and you went, no, scrap that?
No, it was the last one we ever recorded, yeah. Oh. It was... We spoke a lot about the R word.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I think there are certain topics, okay, ladies and gentlemen, there are certain topics where, even though it's the Illinformed podcast, if we're ill-informed, we should just not talk about. We should just steer clear.
I don't know.
Because it was a bit...
Some opinions matter.
I listened back and I went, this is not going to go down well, and this is not something I want on my record to be part of.
I'll have it on. And that is why the podcast stopped.
1,000 million likes, and we'll release it.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad at all, no.
It's not at all. It's just I'm very opinionated.
And that's the thing, it was the majority of the podcast was like 40 minutes
it was just
of the
me
hour
talking
about it.
Yeah, me talking about my opinions. Once I get lost in my own opinion, there's no saving me.
But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. And I think in a correct environment of debate, but because it's a podcast and because it's you speaking to an audience, putting your opinion on them without their ability to be able to respond, it makes it a bit too risque for me to upload it. But it's all good. Again, we've got the channel now, the Illinformed Podcast channel.
Yeah, boy.
On YouTube. Obviously, if you're listening on Spotify and iTunes, don't forget to kind of follow.
Come see what subscribe. We look like.
I don't really know what the Spotify and iTunes things
follow.
Are. Is it follows?
It's follow, yeah.
Other streaming sites are available. Let's talk about our lockdown.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, there's a global pandemic. I guess there's probably some places that don't know. There's those like little tribes, African tribes that like.
Yeah, but they've probably had it and it's been and gone.
Yeah, true.
Like probably years ago. We've only just got it now.
So it began in December in Wuhan. And then we didn't really act as a country, our government didn't really act until about March, I think it was.
Yeah, it was March.
Where they put the full lockdown, I think it was the 20th of March or something like that.
Yeah.
They put full lockdown on the country where everyone had to stay home. If you could work from home, you had to work from home. No, not allowed to go into any pubs or shops or whatever.
It's the worst day of my life.
And that kind of premise continued on for probably like 3 months until they started relaxing it slightly. We've now got the pubs back. We got restaurants back.
Yes.
Obviously, there is still social distancing measures in place.
A little part of me prefers the pubs now. The only difference is I can't, when it comes to Saturday night, you have to pick a quiet club, quiet pub instead. Like if you want to go to Wetherspoons, then you can run the risk of there is going to be people there that are not abiding by the 1+ meter.
But also there's gonna be a fuck off line, especially in Spoons, or you might have to book or something. I don't know, because obviously putting in those boundary walls that they've got between the tables now means that I guess that's less seats. Yeah,
there's only a few tables missing, to be fair to them. There's not loads and loads missing. Oh no, actually there is. You know, as you go out to the smoking area, and there's the tables in the middle
of the smoke of the
on the there's that.
Yeah, it's
going towards, and there's like 3 rows of tables.
It's the middle.
There's just no middle row.
Okay. That is quite a few tables.
Yeah, but that's about it, really.
And you've also got to think about people that used to go in and just stand up, which I don't think that is allowed anymore, is it?
No.
So, what was your favourite moment of lockdown?
Didn't have many. Oh my God, I didn't do much at all. I really didn't do much. Like,
no, but you know what? Thinking about it now, I can't even think of a favourite
probably
moment. And
winning,
I thought of the question.
Probably winning Warzone.
Yeah, winning Warzone a couple times was fun. Least favourite moment, losing Warzone. Loads of times. God fucking damn it.
No. The best part about lockdown was it. I've been egging on Kieran to start writing our own songs, and he finally, a week into lockdown, when he basically waited until I couldn't see him to go, I've written these. And he showed them me, and I went, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now all the cogs are turning. All we want to do is make music.
Yeah, and now you can't.
And then in lockdown, we wrote like 9 songs. And then the worst part was that I had to wait 3 months to be able to go to his house and record.
Yeah.
And we had to just kind of record over the phone to each other.
So did he not at all write any of those songs prior to lockdown? Or did lockdown go and he went, right, I guess I'll write songs?
Apparently the first 2 he had kind of on the back burner for a bit. Like when we were at rehearsals and he and we're kind of having a little 30-second breather between songs, he used to just play on his own and sing on his own while me and Ben were kind of like readjusting. And I didn't realise until he sent me the song, he was playing one of his own songs and we had no idea.
Oh.
And I was like, that's a little Easter egg right there. I was like, I've heard you play that. And he goes, yeah. And I go, I reckon, whenever he plays it, I go, I recognise that. No, I fucking don't, because he wrote it. And it's actually really good. It's like exactly, there's been no arguments. Like it's exactly the sound we all wanted without talking to each other. And it all rolled into one. And it's now, we had our first session back a couple of weeks ago, and it's just like, we're definitely rusty. But there's some songs that don't leave you. Like riding the bike, you just know how they sound, know how they go.
Now you're back together, are you starting to practice original songs?
We did it by accident.
Okay.
Last Wednesday. We do it on
How does that work?
We do it on a Wednesday, and we were setting up, so we were plugging in and that, and mine's really simple. I literally just plug it into an amp, whereas Kieran's got like pedals and shit. And I started playing one of our songs, and then he jumped in, and we played the whole song through. And then obviously the one song that we know we've all got parts for is Local Lights. So I was like, he started playing the intro, and then I jumped into the verse, and then Ben jumped in the chorus, and we played the whole song the whole way through. And then it got to the end of the session, and we went, should we do Local Lights again? And we didn't even have to like look at each other of when timing was. We all knew what to do, and Kieran could finally like fucking shout with his singing, like not have to keep it down because his mum's in the next room. It's a really, really high song.
Is it?
To sing, yeah. He can do it, but me being the backing singer, I've got to do the same note as him in the chorus because it's quite fast. So the long note, sometimes you run out of breath. So it's literally right at the top of my range.
Really?
To the point where I'm like screaming. Not screaming to where it sounds awful, but to the point where I'm really fucking going for
Struggling,
it.
Yeah.
But it's only those 2 notes. Like I've got to hit that note 6 times in the song and not one after the other either.
Well, Local Lights, as a non-member of the band, Local Lights has also stuck with me. I could probably sing the chorus. I'm not going to, but I could probably sing the chorus. That's how fucking catchy it is. And I told you when I did my little review that I needed to listen to that song like 3 times while writing that review, just because it's kind of a banger. Like
it's really surreal that I wrote that on my own.
Yeah.
I didn't get Kieran to help me.
Yeah.
I wrote that one, and that's the one that we've done first. And I'm like,
it's amazing.
Jesus. And the other one was
so much, and the fucking chorus just sticks with you.
The other one, Mayflowers, that's the other one I had a part in. The rest of them were kind of just Kieran. He just kind of went, I've written these jams and they all sound really good. And I've just gone, yeah, they sound good. I've got no arguments there. Mayflowers is the one I called him and I went, I've written this intro and I've got these chords. Now what? And he went, what about if you played this instead? And I was like, yep, that sounds better. And we had the whole song written without lyrics. And he went, I went, I'll go away and I'll have to think about it. Because I had no idea what I wanted the song to sound, what it wanted to be about. I've got a song now. I just need to write lyrics to it. And then Kieran sent me the lyrics and went, how's that sound? So I wrote the sound and he wrote the lyrics.
Yeah.
And that's the next one we're now working on. And it's like, it's just stupid. It's stupid how it's now gone from let's cover Kings of Leon. How does that sound to this is our own song?
Our sex is on fire.
No, it's the other one that everyone knows.
Which one?
The other one that everyone knows.
I don't know any other one.
Use Somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got to...
Yeah, I knew that
thinking that we're going to be playing in pubs. Half of our playlist is songs that we like to play, and the other half is songs that will keep the old guys involved that are sitting by the bar.
Yeah. I really like it. I really like a lot of your songs, to be honest. And I look forward to that first gig and the many gigs.
Oh, it's so far away.
Afterwards. Have you booked one or?
No, because the pubs aren't doing it, are they?
Oh, yeah, they're not, are they? Fuck.
Pubs aren't doing it and we don't have the equipment. So it's like, we have to save up for the fucking equipment, which is a lot of money, but like we can get it cheaper because it's like we just need certain equipment to make it work. And then we need to get a gig somewhere. But me and Kieran were talking about it. We can do like a little like, what's the word I'm looking for? Swale tour.
Oh.
So we're going to book one pub and see what their lead times are. If it's like 3 weeks, then we're just going to go to other pubs and we're going to book like 6 weeks in a row. So we're gigging for 6 weekends in a row.
To that same pub?
No, different pubs.
Oh.
So like we'll do like the Long Hop, Yeeps. I can't remember what other pubs do. There's loads scattered around Sittingbourne. So we'll just do gigs like 6 weeks in a row. Get the following of people that aren't
in your immediate
in the group.
Yeah.
And then people start following the gram. People start following us. And then we'll do like another swale little thing, maybe a third, and then we'll start touching Canterbury. Like it's like a whole process, a whole plan that we've laid out, but like we just need the stuff and we need to be allowed in the pub.
What do you know what the requirements are to you uploading your music on Spotify?
Yeah.
What are the requirements?
We need like 6 more mics, a mixing desk.
I meant like actually uploading.
Oh yeah,
is this anyone allowed to upload on Spotify?
Anyone can upload on BBC Introducing. Anyone can upload.
Okay.
There's just the rules are you can't be signed to a label, so you can literally be world renowned like Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper isn't on a label. Chance the Rapper just promotes himself.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So he could upload to BBC Introducing and be like, yeah, I'm a new up and coming artist. Just started writing. So as soon as we can, we're going to start sticking stuff on there because you never know. Like, there's people I went to school, Westlands
and I guess labels then look at that place for new talent.
There's people I've been to Westlands with that have been on BBC Introducing over the last month.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it can happen. It can happen. So all we got to do is start uploading. It's just to record any good, we need a small mixing desk and like 6 microphones because we need 2 new microphones for me and Kieran, and we need 4 for the drum kit.
You're not having these ones, champ.
No, they're not musical microphones. These ones.
What? Now look at that fucking range, boy.
I can see.
There's no fucking crackling at all.
No.
In before I edit, and it's just.
Yeah, it will be. It will be fucking arse.
I think as you were talking, I remembered my least favourite moment of lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
My mum gave me a haircut.
Oh yeah, I did the opposite. I didn't touch my hair.
That was probably your least favourite. Just you having.
I didn't mind the long hair, you know.
What the long beard? Because that was pretty,
I had no idea how long it was until he cut my hair.
That was pretty untamed, bro.
I had no idea how long it was until he cut my hair and he didn't touch the beard, and I saw it coming outwards, and it was like an inch outwards.
Yeah,
and
man.
he went, "Do you want me to leave the beard?" I went, no, I'm not. You're not letting me leave like this.
If you only fucking live up the road, you could have done it for yourself for free.
Yeah, but now I just get him to shape the neck. And then he never has to do the beard again.
At least it's like full again.
He has to do the beard.
At least it's full because you don't have that gap anymore.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, I think it's pretty covered, man.
It's definitely a lot. I was watching one of our previous podcasts earlier, and I had like nothing
for topics.
yeah, for topics. Yeah, I had no beard, and I just had because I don't have a chin, so it was literally just a neck. And I was like, without a beard, I am ugly. I am fully ugly.
I like your beard, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, your mum gave me a haircut, and it was fucking awful. I asked her basically to just do the sides and the back, one trim. I think I asked for a 2. Maybe half of it's my fault. Maybe I should have asked for a 3. Maybe something a bit thicker. But she did the 2 all over. And she went, it looks a bit weird, so I'm going to try and fade it. And so she put a 1 on. She put a 1 on. She went really high on the back, right? And then so you know where you kind of do it in like lines up, right? Yeah, so she did 1 line on the back, she did really high. And then the other line on the back, she did about halfway where the other line was. She took photos. It was awful. It was so bad.
Why don't I do it?
And then I had to get Sean to fix it up. But like, man, I was so pissed and that was when I was streaming. I had the camera sideways on, so she's gone. I had so sorry. Someone just called Jake's phone, but clearly she doesn't know what the meaning of a podcast is. Do you need to call her?
Yeah. Slight interruption, but we are back.
We're back.
Haircut.
Yeah, so I had to get Sean to fix it.
I remember you telling me Sean cuts his own hair, or used to. I mean, he does now because he doesn't have any.
Yeah, he's bald.
Yeah, exactly. But how long's he been bald for?
A long old time.
Because I know people in Westlands that are now like, why aren't you just shaving it off, mate?
Yeah.
Like there's no point.
Yeah. It's quite spooky.
Like Gianni from Falston. Have you seen him recently?
No.
Last time I looked at his Facebook, it was like fucking 9 months ago, and it was horrendous.
I'm quite. It worries me, right? Because there are people our age, and then I've got like there's content creators that I watch that have also got like become bald at like 25 and that, and I'm like,
yeah,
that really scares me.
He's got such a bad hair. Mine's really bad, right? But if you look at pictures of me when I'm 4. It's always been this bad. Yeah. It's not going back. It's just always been this far back. But then
I'm getting bits in the corners that are possibly going back.
I'm convinced mine's going, but it's your mum's side of the family is where you get the baldness from.
Well, my granddad's bald.
Exactly. So you're fucked. Whereas all the men on my mum's side of the family have got thick, bushy hair.
Is that proven?
Yeah, it's like genetics.
But I thought genetics was like...
This is the Ill-Informed Podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that is proven.
Mum's always said...
I thought genetics was literally like a 50-50 chance who's like what's your hair going to be like? Either your dad's or your mum's.
There's certain things that go like in the
are forced. Yeah. You have to have your mum's hair.
What if you've got 2 mums? whose family are you looking at for baldness?
Well, we've got 2 dads.
What? That doesn't make sense.
Oh man.
I'm genuine. That's my. I think the hairstyles I've had. Do you remember I used to have the slick back? Well, the original podcasters will know because when we used to film old podcasts, I had my man bun.
Yeah.
I have had many hairstyles that just flaunt the forehead because it was a coping mechanism of that I'm really insecure about it, so I'm just going to whack it out.
Yeah. Show it off.
That's why I've always got my cock out. And I'm now convinced that if I was to go bald, it would not be any different than when I had other hairs. But being bald is mad compared to just having slick back hair.
Yeah, well, don't forget you didn't go bald. You went practically bald.
I went buzz cut. I went number 2.
Yeah, which is practically bald.
I wanted to go number 1, but my hairdresser was my mum's friend, and she went, "I'm not letting you do that."
Until you did it to me.
Yeah, and then I went, "I'm glad she didn't make me do that."
Yeah, it was fucking awful, especially with the no eyebrows, man. Oh my god, like I had alopecia. What did you miss the most in lockdown?
Socialising.
Yeah, me too. I genuinely missed the pub so much, and it sucks because it was the hottest fucking weekends.
Yeah,
it was so hot for so really long, and all I could think about was being in a beer garden. That was all I would think about.
Because we used to finish work in Maidstone or something, wouldn't we? And we'd get home, we'd be like, "Should we go to Wetherspoons?
Yeah,
just for a quick pint?"
But like all the times we could have gone Brenchley's. they have a fucking ping outside
They
area.
They do. Have
That
a
would have
really
been
nice
so
outside
amazing
area.
in this heat.
I'm not massively upset about it because I did some self-searching in because I'm literally stuck there. You'll know this. I don't talk to fucking anyone. Whereas like Kieran and his mates will always have a couple of messages from someone, like from other 3 different people. I talk to no one. And like when I tell Louis that, our other mate, he goes, "What? No one?" I'm like, "No, Louis, no one. Not even Nathan. No." Because like some days we've got nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Why does Nathan care what I did at work today? Why do I care what he did at work today?
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck.
Not about that side, yeah.
It's like we come together after work and we'll do something then.
I think my favourite moment of the lockdown, though, was finally getting to play a game with you, which was Warzone.
Long time coming.
Because, as much as a fucking meme that it is a great game.
It was really funny as well.
I mean, this is actually one of my topics. It was the game of lockdown. It was. It was just really nice to be able to, because you've obviously got a PS4, I've got a PC. There are very limited amount of games that are cross-play, but this one was, and we ran it okay, and we were okay at the game. But most of all, I just had fun. You know, you come, especially because I'm like the gamer. You come into like my side of what I do on a regular basis.
Like when you come out for a drink with me, I'm the social butterfly.
Yeah,
I carry
it's like
you.
the opposite way, isn't it?
And then when we get online, you carry me.
Yeah. But I would like to kind of delve into Warzone a little bit and why I think it's probably the most successful battle royale out there as of date.
They nailed it. Like Fortnite was good in that, and it kind of took over for a bit. But Warzone is just that. Like I don't know if it's because I've like obviously we're the Call of Duty kids. Like growing up, it was Call of Duty. I used to come here and play Black Ops 2 and 3.
Yeah.
It might be because your little brother is all about Fortnite, isn't he?
Yeah.
It might just be a generation thing.
It could be a generation
Call
thing.
of Duty just topped it.
I think from back where the battle royale games stemmed from. So H1Z1, then it was PUBG.
Yeah.
And then going forward, loads of other places released. So obviously Fortnite released. Then you got Apex Legends.
That bombed. I've heard nothing since that game.
I've heard a lot of things.
Have you?
I think it's very popular, but it's very different still. You had the last Call of Duty, Black Ops 4. They released Blackout, which was possibly the worst battle royale I played.
They chucked zombies in it, didn't they?
They chucked zombies in it. They chucked zombies in it for banner. You had to like find attachments for your weapons.
Oh, that's shit.
It was so awful. It was less about skill and more about like
how good was it compared to something like PUBG? Because PUBG to me seems super boring.
It's faster paced, and even Warzone is faster paced than PUBG. As much as it doesn't seem like it sometimes, like you're walking around without seeing anyone for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
PUBG, you could literally spend 30 minutes looting, and the first person you see, you die to.
How big is the map on PUBG?
I would say PUBG's map is bigger, but also on PUBG you run slower than like Warzone.
Oh yeah.
Warzone you could get across the whole map if you ran.
You do that little knee slide and all that.
Yeah, and you do a little knee slide.
Windows.
Yeah.
It's like a PUBG's like a Call of Duty and GTA mix. It's like that weird third person jumping through windows.
I think it's meant to be like hyper realistic, like where everything's slow. You have to bandage up. All the guns are like super. Tactical.
It's a real nerdy gamer game.
Yeah, especially with the snipers because it's so because of the accuracy of like the bullet drop and stuff. You really have to measure out shots. When Warzone, you don't really have to do that much. There is bullet drop, but it's like not impossible to get some mad fucking headshots on the sniper. I just think Warzone feels more rewarding. You don't die in Warzone and go, oh fuck. You kind of go, okay, next game. Let's play.
Before we won our first game, I'd start a game and I go, come on boys, top 10. I'd be happy with top 10. Whereas in PUBG, I'd be like, are you fucking joking? Or anything else, I'd be like, I didn't win. What the fuck?
I think it's also the first.
Maybe it's the systematic reputation of Call of Duty of team deathmatch.
Yeah.
You're so used to just dying over and over again, and just as long as you get more kills than you do deaths, you're happy. So that when we now go into a Battle Royale game, we are now thinking of Call of Duty as the team deathmatch we used to know.
I think also it's super fun because the game can... Your chances of winning change every single time, every second.
Yeah.
Because there are teams that can bring teammates back. You can win the Gulag. You can.
Oh, the Gulag is that's what made the game for me. The Gulag. I'm not very good at the Gulag, but I love getting in the Gulag and going, I never lose the Gulag, boys. I'm the Gulag king. I just think
that way, having these things where you can buy your teammates back, or they can win back via the Gulag. It creates kind of this sense of the game always changing. You should never ever be like, oh, there's only one person, so I'm going to win. It should be like, oh fuck, they could revive their teammates right now and fuck me up.
Like the pros of like watching Vixar and that, he's like, they've upgraded the lobby now. It's 200 people. Is it the lobby now?
Not in every game, I don't think.
You can join a game that has 200 people in it, so that you, like going into quads, you can go for the world record. And he got the world record, 138 kills.
Fucking hell!
Imagine in a 136 person lobby.
Oh my god!
So there was so many. Like he got lucky with the amount of Gulag wins and team revives that his team got more kills than there were people in the game.
Jesus Christ! Killed people twice.
And it was like he opens the video and he goes, to be able to do this, we had to be killing 2 squads a minute or something like that.
That's madness.
But they're so good at it that the 4 of them split up into twos. Into a pair,
you know.
And they go to one end of the map each, and they meet in the middle. And they'll be like, yeah, we got to meet up now because it's getting fucking hectic. Let's wreck it. And it gets like the last 3 teams, and they're just like, fuck it, every man for himself. Let's circle them. Let's get it. And then you see them all whip their headphones off at the end, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe we just did that. It's nut. I can't imagine getting that high.
Yeah, neither.
That high from a video game.
I worry what it's going to become. Whether it's going to become one of those games that is much like any previous COD game. Once a new COD game comes out, everyone forgets about it. Is it going to be like that? Because most likely,
do you reckon they're going to carry it on?
They will in the new COD bring out another battle royale. It's almost confirmed at this point because it is such a moneymaker.
And it was free as well.
Yeah, but think about like you can buy the battle pass.
That's what I mean. Because it's free, people now go, well, the game is free. I'm enjoying it so much.
Yeah.
Might as well get the battle pass. Might as well buy this skin.
I think if it wasn't free, it wouldn't be as popular.
No.
Because I wouldn't have bought Modern Warfare just for Warzone, because I wouldn't have played Warzone and found out how fun it was.
I wouldn't either.
And I haven't even bought Modern Warfare.
I've only got Warzone.
Yeah. I could see them doing free to play next COD, but I could see Warzone going down the shitter once the next COD comes out, because everyone will be on that new grind.
The new wave.
Yeah. But I hope that they take a leaf out of Warzone's book and try and kind of do something similar.
Yeah. What we got next?
Well, I was talking about kind of 2020 in general and all the things that have gone on. The year of horror.
Yeah. Let's take a dip from that. Let's take a little detour, 5-minute detour, and we'll jump back into the sadness.
Yeah.
I've got some would you rathers that we were doing at work this week.
Let's do it.
It's been quite quiet this month at work, so we had a lot of time just sitting in the office doing fuck all and talking to each other.
Okay.
To the point where me and Louis just make up really fucking stupid questions and would you rather. So the one
Are they hard to answer?
Not really.
Okay.
But they're ones you have to really think about.
Okay.
Tactically.
Okay.
So like simple one, would you rather have no feet or no hands?
Would I be able to drive with no feet? Do you reckon?
That's what you've got to figure out, mate.
I think I would be able to drive with no feet, but then I wouldn't be able to stand up.
Yeah, but everyone I've asked has given me the same answer.
I'm quite worried to answer it now. I don't want to give the other
Think about your
answer.
life.
I drive. I type. Oh, the phone. Oh,
exactly.
No feet.
No one would have feet because you can get fucking plastic feet and
you can get
shoes.
plastic hands.
Yeah, but they don't work. Look, when's the last time you sat down you got back from work and you stretched out and you went, babe, I'm just going to go play some Call of Duty, and you whacked your feet on the keyboard and started using your toes. You always use your fingers. Fingers, opposable thumbs are essential.
You would learn to use your feet.
You can, like those fucking Paralympic games, the archery. Yeah. When he goes to shake his hand, gives you the medal when he tries to shake his hand. And you should see his face. He looks at the guy who gives him the medal like, yeah, I've got no hands. Well done. It's ace. God. It's so funny. Another one we were doing. What do you reckon is the largest animal that you could beat in a fight, like to death? Because
this was on the Sidemen video.
Yeah, I stole it big time. That was a good video, by the way.
That was a really good video. Oh man, largest animal.
You have to think about animals that are big and fucking lazy that you could take out, or small and feisty that would be you would brag about taking them out. Like if you went, yeah, I fucked a pigeon up, I'd be like, fuck off.
Probably just an emperor penguin, to be honest.
Those chubby little things.
No, not an emperor. They're the big boys.
Yeah, but they're still little chubby fuckers, aren't they?
A seal.
They still get stuck in fucking 6-pack plastic ring cases, don't they? When's the last time you got stuck in one of them?
I don't want to talk about it. I would fuck up a seal, I think, because they only have flippers. I know they've got those big tusks, but if I just like...
No, you're thinking of walrus. Seals don't have tusks.
What's bigger?
Walrus.
I'd fuck up a walrus.
Walruses are big, man.
I'd fuck up... No, because I'd get on its back, right?
They're like big bags
I'd get on its back, right? And I would just fucking bang, bang, bang in the back of its head.
This is what I was talking about with Louis when I talk about, like...
I think I would do a sea
beating
creature.
Animals up. Like, there's... What was the one we had? Would you rather fight a bear underwater or an octopus on land? But you can breathe underwater.
Bears,
you're not going to die.
Bears can literally swim.
Yeah, but I'm thinking completely underwater.
Bears can swim, though.
Right. So would you rather fight an octopus or an
octopus on land?
Right. I think you're wrong here. I'm going bear.
But bears can swim.
I'm not talking on the surface of the water. I'm talking
they could
5
probably
meters
swim
underwater.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a bear swim underwater.
Yeah. You know the phrase, you weigh a stone wet, mate, because you get heavier when you wet.
Do you think it's just going to sink?
It's got a fucking big fur coat. Now imagine it's trying to punch you in deep water with a big fur coat or trying to swing at you. It's going to be like slow motion. I'm not going to be moving fast, but I'm going to be moving faster because there's less of me. So I reckon that I could mobilize myself around it and get to the back of it. And then once I'm underwater and I'm on the back of it, I've never seen a bear scratch its own back. So it's not going to be able to get to me.
Yeah, they can't. They do it on the trees.
Exactly. So it's never going to be able to get to me. And if I'm strong enough or if I find some way to do it, I'll just hold his neck until he don't move. With an octopus, that's got suction cups, mate.
But
do you know, have you seen like a small octopus on like people's faces and they're pulling it off, trying not to lose their eye? Bear. I'm doing bear underwater every day.
Can I ask? Wait. So even though, right? Okay, you've raised some good points about the bear.
Yeah. When am I wrong?
Do you not think that an octopus just doesn't have the amount of threat as fighting a bear? Underwater or not, having all those defects or not, do you not think fighting an octopus is far safer than fighting the bear?
Not at all. I reckon it's more painful to fight an octopus if you lose. Because it would be like fighting a giant snake with suction cups.
I think we're going to have to find out. Do you know where we can locally source some bears and octopuses? Octopussies.
Would you rather?
Would I rather?
Have no nose or no ears. You can still hear and you can still smell. You just don't have either of the things. The nose is just gone. There's no holes.
It's just flat.
It's like your forehead. It's like your forehead.
Ow.
And the ears, there's no hole. You just don't have ears.
But I can still hear.
And like the hair grows over them. So like there's no gap where your ears would be. Your hair grows.
No
over.
ears.
Yeah.
You would look weird with no nose.
Yeah, you look weird with no ears, but
and my ears are fucking huge too, so it'd be a blessing in disguise, to be honest.
If I got rid of my nose, my forehead would look even bigger.
Yeah, I mean I think that would go for everyone though.
Exactly. Here's my favourite one.
Okay.
You're 200 meters away from a polar bear, a fully grown male polar bear.
Oh, bears.
Angry as fuck.
Right.
You are on the other end of this 200 meters in a 52 plate Ford Fiesta. Do you win?
That is literally my car.
That's why I said it. But we said 57 plate, but I know you've got a 52, so.
Would I win? What, driving into it?
Yep. Do you reckon?
How big is it?
Like, not as big as it can get, but a fucking size. It's not an average bear.
Poor bear.
Jonathan at work was like, easy, mate. And me and Louis are going, no, mate, if you hit it wrong and it gets on top of you, those Fiestas, as much as they're cars, if you swing it, you're trying to swing him off. The weight of him on top is going to tip, and then you're fucked.
Think about it. If you're from the 200 meters, you're gaining speed, ramming into him.
I reckon you need to nail that first hit. Yeah. Otherwise you're fucked.
Otherwise you are fucked. Yeah. But even nailing the first hit, I feel like might not be enough because they wouldn't get much air because they're so heavy. Yeah. So they would go fucking forward at you in the windscreen, probably take off the roof and that. Yeah. Man, nah. I'm driving around.
I'm just doing donuts and he gets tired. I'm going till my fuel runs out. It's like you have to break one of his legs. If you just hurt him slightly, he's getting back up, he's having you. If you break his leg to the point where he can't walk and he's crawling everywhere, you've got time to drive off.
Do I have anything in the car?
No, it's just the car. You're naked. You're butt-ass naked in the car.
Damn, my Deagle, I left it at home. This would have been perfect for this situation.
My Bluetooth charger. Fuck.
No, I wouldn't even fight. I wouldn't even try.
Oh, there's so many good ones. Like, we'll just look around the forecourt and we'll just like, would you rather have no forearms or no shins?
What are there in its place? Is
Nothing.
It just a dip?
You've just got a really short arm.
Like a dip.
So your hand is on your elbow. And your feet are on your knees.
But the shin doesn't take up the shin in the car for a separate bit. So you would have just a dip in your...
Don't start talking logistics.
So you mean just like get rid of the lower half of your arm or the lower half of your leg? Lower half of my arm, because then it doesn't affect my height. And I'm already small.
Imagine you being...
I could
just go edit the podcast.
It could be done. It could be done.
Would you rather be a foot taller or a foot smaller?
Foot taller.
I don't think anyone would choose a foot smaller.
No.
Unless you are 7'8" with like back pains.
Yeah.
Because even I said a foot taller.
Yeah.
Like, would I rather be 7'3" or 5'3"? I don't think anyone wants to be 5'3".
No one wants to be 5. End of.
I'd rather be 6.
Like, man, am I still? I hope I'm still growing because I'm not staying like this forever.
I think men stop at 25.
Oh,
sick. I think the last
you never know, bro.
Spurs at 25.
Imagine. We're both 25. I'm as tall as you. How fucking weird would that be? How weird would that be?
I'm so used to being the tall one. Segue. I'm currently in the talking stage with a female.
Woo!
For the first time in like 6 years.
Congratulations, Jake.
Whenever I meet someone new that is a male and someone's telling me about them, first thing I do is go, how tall are they? Because I'm so used to being the tallest in the room, I don't like it when someone's taller than me. Not to the point where I don't want to talk to them, but it just makes me a bit uncomfortable. Like, I don't like the ocean. I don't like really standing on the ground floor next to a really tall building. I don't like the idea of swimming next to a whale or being next to an elephant. I don't like being the small one. Right? Mm-hmm. Apparently,
what's the issue here?
This female's father is the same. He's not tall. He's like 5'10", 5'9". He's like average.
My guy.
Average, right?
Big up.
And I walk in. What's the first thing I do? I hit my head on a lampshade. Because I'm so fucking tall.
Because the house is so tiny, because it's full of tiny people.
It's a hobbit house. And they're laughing at me. And I'm like, this is funny. I can ride this out. This is funny. I do this all the time. And then her dad's not laughing at all.
Oh, no.
And afterwards, I spoke to her. I said, what's up? And she's like, first thing he asked me was, is he a hobbit? And I was like, right, so he doesn't like the fact that I'm tall. She's like, well, he's not a fan of it. He's got small man syndrome from what I can get.
That's so weird, though. Is that... So you've got that same thing, but anyone who's taller than you?
Yeah, it's not necessarily...
Not to people
but people do count. Like, if like Big Sam at work...
Did he intimidate you?
Not intimidate me, scared me. Because he was big, he was
He's
fat.
harmless, though.
He was a fat boy.
He's harmless.
He is harmless, but if he wanted to be harmful, he could be. And I could do fuck all about it. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
So it's like...
You can't be everyone, though, bro.
If I'm swimming next to a whale, I'm immediately going, where's my out here? If he starts attacking me, where's my out? If I'm next to a big fuck-off elephant, where's my out? If I'm next to a chicken, I can kick it.
Same with that person's dad.
Yeah.
That's what he's thinking. He's gone, oh, God, he thinks I'm a chicken. He thinks I'm a chicken.
That's a good story. Did I tell you that obviously I got invited in the house?
You got invited. You had some drinks. Yeah.
Did I tell you? I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Over the phone. It was one of the weirdest situations ever. Because at the time, I think we'd been talking for like 9 days.
You hadn't even gone on a date yet.
No. But it's different because we've known each other for like 5 years.
Yeah.
We've been friends for ages.
You hadn't met them beforehand, had you?
No, I'd never met them.
And I very much doubt she talked about
She did.
What, to them?
Yes.
Like, what? No, but prior
Yes.
to. Oh, really?
Yes. Her mum loves me before she even met me.
That's awesome.
Because when we first started
That's pretty
talking,
sweet.
she was talking about how she, when we went out in Canterbury, and she's saying, I never leave my friends in the club. I'm always too scared. But that one night I was always, like, I found myself just always wanting to be with you and leaving my mates because you're so much fun. I'm having a party over it. And so she goes home, and obviously she's close with her mum like I am with my mum. So she goes home and her mum be like, how was it? And she'll say, oh yeah, I danced with Jake all night and Jake this, Jake that. Like, so every time she goes out and I'm there, obviously I'm loud and opinionated, so I'm funny. And she comes home and goes, yeah, he's really funny. Yeah. To the point where she downloaded Tinder, obviously, when she became single not too long ago. And she told her mum, like, I've downloaded this dating app. And her mum goes, what about Jake?
So that she literally, like...
She talks about me.
She's had the hots for you for a while, Buster.
Yeah. She told me, because when we first met 5 years ago...
God damn it!
When we first met 5 years ago, apparently back then, when I got my girlfriend that's now my ex in sixth form, she said to me the other week, sometimes I wish I'd got there first. I was like, wow, that's a long time to grow.
That is a long
That's
time.
a long time.
4 years?
Yeah, 5 years, yeah.
Fuck me.
Because sixth form's when you're 16, isn't it? And then you turn 17, and then it's the big one, you're 18, and like into the second year, isn't it?
I think it'd be pretty easy for her though to... Because you never gone on a date, and because like...
We have now.
Yeah, no, because you had never gone on a date.
Yeah.
And because you'd only joined sixth form it was not like you were in the school before, so she obviously saw you, went, oh, he's kind of cute and good looking and stuff. He's quite funny. I'd like to maybe go out of him.
His arse
then
great.
Then you got with someone else. It's not like she was heartbroken. She probably was just like, I still think those things. I'm just not going to act on it because I'm not a cunt.
I was occupied for the last 2 years, but now I'm fully single. It's like they never actually left.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about.
That's cool. That's cool.
But massively skeptical.
Well, keep it chill.
Her family is Spanish. One of her family is Spanish.
El Español.
So the food that was on the table,
chorizo,
the snacks, fajitas. The food that was on the table was the hottest food. You'd love it.
Oh man,
you'd love it. Did I tell you what it was?
Can I date her?
It was, if you want, just shoot a text. The food that was on the table was the tangy cheese Doritos, like extra hot.
Oh, what, the flaming hot ones?
Yeah.
Oh, they're peng.
They are so hot.
They're so good though.
So he went, yeah, help yourself. And I immediately thought, yeah, they're tangy cheese. And then as I had one in my hand, I saw the packet and I openly, out loud went, oh, I've made a mistake. No, all this COVID bollocks.
Sorry, my internal monologue.
I can't put it back. Like, I can't go, yeah, change my mind. I've got to eat it now.
Yeah.
And then they went, she threw me under the bus and went, yeah, he's just a bit of a drinker. I was like, wow, what a first thing to say to the parents.
Literally.
And they went, yeah. She goes, yeah, he likes rum and Coke. And they went, in this house, you drink rum or Coke. And I was like, oh. And they poured me rum on the rocks, dark rum, Kraken to be exact, to wash down my chili heatwave crisps. Nice. And I was like, oh my God, this is really good. And then they were like, why don't you try the other bit? Like the world's hottest peanuts or olives with jalapenos in. It's like, I'm going to have a fruit shoot from the fridge if that's all right. Sat at a fruit shoot at a table.
Oh my God.
I made a light sex joke in front of her dad as well.
Did he like it?
I got I got a bit carried away. I got a bit like...
He didn't like it?
Yeah, I got like social adrenaline of like, everyone's laughing and joking with me, people like me, and I made a really fucking awkward joke.
It was like, you know, he forgot that you were tall for a second, and then you said that joke, and he went...
Yeah, that's
oh,
exactly
God,
what
and he's super tall too.
She, her auntie and uncle were also there. So I met like auntie and uncle and mum and dad. Mm-hmm. And they were booking tickets for who's the people that go freak out, din, 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 din.
I was about to say the Phoebe-Jeebies.
Shashik. Freak out.
I don't know.
Is it Shashik? Whatever. Whoever that is, they're having a concert and they're going next year. And they immediately just went, I don't think they know that we've only been talking for like a week and a half. I think because she talks about me so much, I think they must have thought
that you were talking for a while.
Yeah. And they're like, do you want to come? I was like, yeah. She just went, yeah. So they booked a hotel room for me and Mia
What?
For
When's this?
March.
Holy fuck, bro.
I don't think my name's on it. I think Mia's just got a +1.
Mad.
But, like, they did it. And her auntie went, twin or double room? And her dad went, twin. And I had a bit of rum, feeling a bit of social adrenaline. And I went, it's all right. The twin beds have got wheels on anyway. Her auntie laughed. Her uncle laughed. Her mum laughed. He didn't look at me.
Oh God, he's so tall.
He gave me the glance of like, can you fucking say that again, mate? I'm going to shove these sweet chili nuts in your eyes. I was like, cool, Mia, when are we going out? Are we going to get it? Yeah, cool. Just get me the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
I proper. And then I went outside. I had a vape.
Well, maybe you should go round for an actual dinner, an invited dinner.
Well,
soon.
all they kept talking about was family parties and when am I going to come to it.
Yeah.
They seem like my kind of people.
Yeah.
Drinking all the time. They're like, you might have to drink, you might have to book a day off work so you can come and drink. And I'm like, you want me to stay? Or you want me to get a lift home?
I'll give you a lift home if you need it.
There's plenty of people that will. It's just like, who wants to go home on that house party? You always want to stay the night and then wake up in the morning and be like, oh, last night was so good.
Yeah. Still drunk.
What I've got on here, relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about relationships.
Yeah.
We're in very different scenarios.
We are.
You technically live with your girlfriend.
I do.
Your wife.
Surprise.
I am literally right at the beginning. So we are at two different stages.
Yeah.
Two different stages. Two very different stages.
Two stages different.
What's the meme we used to, at work, we used to mix up words, didn't we?
Yeah, but and then we would do every possible combination. It'd be hilarious, and then we would just stop.
I thought there was a certain phrase.
No. We would just if I ever fucked up saying something, which I did often,
a lot. Yeah,
we would then me and you would just go back and forth and mixing up the words until we finished all the words and was like, right, back to work.
Yeah, that was funny.
Cool, nice.
Boss is giving us an evil look. It's very different for you even when you started talking because she lived in Scotland.
Yeah. Long distance, isn't it?
I don't know why I'm pointing at you so aggressively. Boy.
What are you getting at here?
The whole thing for me in my previous relationship, let's be honest, was trust.
Mm-hmm.
When she's like, yeah, I'm going to spoons with the girls, she's probably having sex with another man. Obviously not now.
Yeah.
Because she's got no commitment to me. My current female that I'm talking to.
Yeah.
So she can do, realistically, she can do what she wants.
I doubt she would.
But, see, now I'm coming in and I'm going, yeah, but I doubt, everyone doubted that the last one would.
Everyone doubted that the last one would until she did.
Exactly. So it only takes until she did. Anyway, this is what I'm getting at. This is where I don't know if it's just where my brain is from where it's been left, or this is how it is in all talking stages. Obviously, it's in for you. You have to accept that she is in Scotland and you can't just call her or pop round and be like, you haven't answered my text in like a day.
Yeah.
Are you okay? You just have to hope that she messages you
reply,
back.
Yeah.
Or
eventually.
you've got to do the double text.
And it was sometimes like that where maybe she wasn't feeling too good and then she wouldn't text me and then it freaked me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
There was the way we have been seeing each other. You know me. I like a routine.
Yeah.
I like how my week goes.
Tuesday's a podcast day.
Wednesday's my day off and band day. Thursdays and Fridays are kind of just open to whoever wants to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have every other Saturday off. So on Saturday, I'm doing something during the day. I'm not sitting around and getting a lie, and I'm getting up and I'm doing something. And then Sunday I work every Sunday. And then after, because I finish at 4, I'll go and I'll see someone because I finish at 4.
Yeah.
She's not like that at all. She's a little bit with the wind, like whichever way the wind blows, which I quite like. It's refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
But we tend to see each other 3 days in a row and then not at all for like a week. Which obviously, like I say, neither of us have got any commitment to each other, so it doesn't
Of course
really matter.
not.
Like I can't really.
And it's not going to be like that for a while, I assume.
I don't. This is the thing. I don't know.
You don't want to rush in.
Idea.
It's weird because I think.
How long was it? It was fucking ages for you, and I know it was for reasons. But like, how long was it before you two kind of went? Yeah, we're pretty much together now. How long were you talking for?
2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
That's more realistic.
Yeah.
Because me and my ex were like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Kieran and Imogen were like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's madness. And I don't know what it is because sitcoms all over America, right? They're always like, especially like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, they always focus how long you should wait until you text a girl or how long you should wait until you're technically official or whatever, going steady.
Yeah.
I just don't think we have that over here, do we?
No, not really. That's the whole thing. Because I haven't spoken to a woman like this in like 6 years. Like it's alien to me all over again.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where if she doesn't reply in 2 hours, I'm like, what have I done? What have I done wrong? It's like, I don't understand what I've done wrong. You were talking to me like literally 5 minutes ago normally.
Yeah.
And now I've got to wait 2 hours for you to reply. And like when I talk to mum about it, mum's from a different generation of what? You don't have to text all day. And I'm like, mum, our generation have got our phones in our hands all the time.
Yeah.
Why can't you text me? And I know she is at uni and uni's currently off because of the pandemic and it's actually the end of the year now as well. So she's doing nothing. But that's just like, she can do what she wants. Even if we were together, she doesn't have to text me all fucking day.
Of course not. Yeah.
But I'm now sitting here going, what the fuck is she doing?
I'm the best thing in her life right now. Why is she texting me?
Look at me. I am the peak physical condition of any male.
I think that'll go back to the trust issues though, and I think that'll be there for a while. And I think we agreed when it originally happened with your ex that that's going to change you and your insight to relationships forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
I said because we're quite close friends.
Mm-hmm.
I said to her, this was on the same night she told me that, like, she asked me if we'd ever work. Before that, she was asking me, like, what am I looking for? All that bollocks. Basically, am I fucking around or am I going to be looking for a relationship? And I said to her, I've never been looking to fuck around. I don't like it. I don't like fucking random people. I like the connection, like in Avatar, when they join their ponytails together.
Oh, that's so hot.
I want that with someone. I want to put my ponytail on your ponytail. And she was like, oh, cool. Yeah, dope. And
I don't have a ponytail, so
I don't either.
Bitch.
She I said to her, I feel like it's currently unfair for me to try anything with any female because the stress I would put on their lives is just massively unfair because of how I've got fucking huge trust issues. And like last night, she went to Wetherspoons with the girls. And she didn't tell me until like she was just going. And because Louis Amber was going as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me like midday and I knew. And I was like, I'm not going to ask. I'm going to wait and see if she tells me because she doesn't have to.
Yeah.
I'm going to see where she's thinking, where she's sat right now. And she went, I said, did you take your bed down? She was meant to take her bed down. And she goes, no, just going to Spoons now with the girls. And I just messaged her and went, oh, fun. Enjoy yourself. Message me when you get home or if you need a lift. Just like, I'm not going to be that guy on the other end of the phone. And she's, thank you. I'm not going to lie. I spent the whole night twiddling my thumbs like, what the fuck's going on?
Why did she text me?
But
yeah.
I know that.
I know that.
I know from experience that Wetherspoon shuts at 11 now. So I now know that at 11 she's going to leave Wetherspoons.
She has to text me.
She has to leave.
Yeah.
And then she messaged me at like 9:15. Just went, you all right? I was like, yeah. She goes, yeah, I'm having a good time. And that was it. She didn't go, oh, I was wondering why you weren't texting me. I knew that's why she'd messaged me. And I was like, she's calling off her own back and messaging me.
You know what it is though, right? She is a different girl than that ex-girl. And I think it's really helpful that she knows the situation.
She went through the same thing.
Yeah. I think it's so helpful because she will know that you have trust issues. When I think if you went to a random girl and acting maybe like how you would with this current girl with someone else that isn't in our friendship group, they would be like, this guy's kind of a bit too involved, a bit too full on.
But that's the thing.
He's got weird trust things.
I'm really, really aware that I need to be normal. To the point where I'll eat my own soul before I admit that I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, but you cannot force yourself to be something that you're not.
But that's what I'm trying to do so that I don't scare her off.
I think it's okay. I genuinely do think it's okay. I think what you're doing now is great. And I think learning from, not texting them
like
all night, every night.
I was stupidly unjustified unjustifiably upset last night. Louis was picking Amber up, and I got a call from Louis at like 11 saying, "What are you doing? Can you come to Albany?" I was like, "Why? What's going on?" And he goes, "Oh, nothing. I've just had to pick Amber up, and I'm just now stuck being the only sober one with like a group of people in Albany. Can you just come down and help?" And I thought, Louis probably been roped in to give them all a lift back. He doesn't want to give them all in his car. I'll give him a hand. I'll take some of them home. Not at all. Morgan was there, not drinking. And I was like, "Oh, so I am literally just here to support Louis." And I did my normal thing of just talking to strangers. I barely spoke to Louis. We had a couple of jokes. We sat next to each other for a bit. But like, I spoke to some guy about drum and bass. Like, I've got really no idea.
I am the drum and bass father.
Exactly. But I got there and I was expecting it to just be her and not her ex. And I immediately just went, because I know the conversations that her ex and her have been having about me, because they're still really good friends.
Yeah.
And it's all justified. If I was in her ex's position, I'd be doing the same thing. I cannot judge her for that. But like, I'm fully aware that not necessarily she doesn't like me. She doesn't like the idea of us.
Yeah.
And it's not that I didn't talk to her. I didn't say hello to everyone. I just came wandering over and just stood with everyone. I didn't specifically say hello. And a little part of me was kind of expecting this drunk female that I'm talking to sit with me a little bit and kind of like share physical contact a little bit.
Yeah.
Didn't happen at all. And I was like, that's fine. She's pissed. She's having a good time. She's dancing to Michael Jackson. Like, who gives a fuck? And then there's some guy that she'd met that night in Albany. She gave him like a bro high five and was like, "See you later, mate. Like, it was really good meeting you." And he came over to her and went, "I've got to go, sorry." And I immediately had flashbacks. And there was absolutely nothing wrong there. Yeah. Like, she did absolutely nothing wrong. And I immediately like, I'm pissed off now.
Yeah.
And then once I realised that I wasn't taking anyone home and I was just sat there and Louis and Amber did their thing of leaving at midnight, I was like, why the fuck am I here? I stayed here for like half hour having a good time, singing and like just vibing. I went, I gotta go. I got work at 8:30 and it's like 20 to 1.
Yeah.
And they went, "Oh, okay, see you later." And I was like, that's exactly what I'd expect. And then like nothing from her. But we haven't even kissed yet. So like, why am I expecting like a hug goodbye if we haven't kissed?
Yeah. I don't know. You're a fucking weirdo.
I am. I'm a full-on weirdo.
No, I think I get it.
I overthink every little thing that I do.
I get it. And I think it's weird for her to admit that she's had feelings for 5 years and not even hug you goodbye now.
It is,
and I think it's that other person, her ex, being there. Maybe that's a bit of an influence.
Probably. Like she knows we're doing this now and she's going to listen back to this and we're going to have a really weird conversation on Sunday.
Can I be involved in the conversation, please?
Yeah, can we make a group chat?
Can we make a group chat?
Another group chat.
Do you want to be the first guest on the Illinformed Podcast?
That would be funny, actually. That would be a really good episode.
That would. I need to get a new mic, but
no, you just share. Can you not just use this one?
You could, but you'd hear us in that mic also.
Not if we sat further away.
If that end of the room, she speaks into this one.
Yeah, possibly. And we just have 2 cameras.
Possibly. 2
cameras. So anyway. So,
or you just have to like speak on the side of the mic,
really close to each other.
Really close to each other. Like this.
2 meters, cunt.
Sorry.
Wow. Yeah, so that's like I go through 3 or 4 days of wow, this is fucking awesome. I'm really having a good time. Yeah. And then 3 or 4 days of I don't even want to text her. I feel like a burden, even though we literally have like maybe 20 text messages each a day. Like we don't talk loads.
Which is how it should be at the beginning. Yeah.
Well, I'm now thinking, is that too little?
No.
And then I go, maybe I'm being too needy.
You are 2 weeks into this now?
Yeah. 3, maybe.
3 weeks. Give it time. Genuinely give it time.
I'm so impatient.
Let it grow.
You know this. I'm so impatient.
If you don't let it grow naturally and force it, it will inevitably end. That's my 2 cents. Here it is. That's all I've got.
Thank you.
Please don't rob me anymore.
What? Oh, that's actually all the topics I had.
I had a little bit about. It doesn't really fit with any of the themes of this podcast.
Not at all.
But I'm gonna say it anyway.
Let's do world news.
World news.
Is that what you were about to go on to?
I was gonna go onto the streaming site.
Yeah, that's world news.
World news. So, I was going to talk a bit about. I wanted to talk a bit about Disney Plus and streaming sites like Amazon Prime Video and Netflix.
If you're talking about the actual series and shows on there, then I am massively ill-informed because I don't watch anything.
Well, great.
This is perfect.
This is just what I set up for.
All I do is I watch YouTube and I sometimes play FIFA. I don't watch Netflix.
Which is madness to me. Which is absolute madness.
Everything I need's on YouTube.
But shows aren't on YouTube.
Clips of shows are on YouTube.
You can't find each clip from an episode and add it together.
I can.
Man.
Do you want me to show you?
No, not right now.
I will show you a whole movie in just clips if you want.
I was going to say that Disney Plus came out in the UK this year, I think, at the beginning of this year.
Yeah, it was right at the start of lockdown.
Yeah, it was out in the US before, and it's out in the UK now, and I think it's still rolling out now to like other countries, which is pretty weird,
wacky.
Pretty wacky that they haven't released it worldwide. But this is where I'm gonna side a little bit with Disney Plus, right? Their shows at the moment are arse, right?
Yeah.
All they've got is some Disney Plus originals. So they've got the Mandalorian, Star Wars, great. You know, it was okay. They've got High School Musical, the TV show, the musical, the movie, something like that.
The movie musical
It's
series.
literally something like that.
The movie musical series.
I think it's High School Musical, the series, I think it's called, which is fucking so dumb. But they should have called it High School Series.
Musical School High.
And again, I've not watched any of it.
School.
I've not watched any of it, but it sounds fucking arse. And then they've got
does.
all the Pixar films, all the Disney films, all the live action remakes. Then they've got like Mary Poppins and classics and that.
Fuck off.
But they've also acquired Marvel a couple of years back.
Ooh.
And they are going, hopefully we're going to have 2 or 3 MCU Disney Plus exclusive shows featuring Vision and the Scarlet Witch. I'm RIP.
Spoiler!
The Winter Soldier and Falcon, and then one just Loki, right?
That Loki one, I reckon that'll be
It
good.
looks super cool. The thing is, I think that's really where Disney Plus is going to start lifting off. And the more of those shows come out, MCU ones, the more popularity Disney Plus will come.
Things like Netflix never. The one thing I noticed about Netflix, and they never have the original films. They have like the sequels.
Yeah.
Netflix won't have the first Thor, but they'll have the 3 afterwards.
And I'm going to say this right now, okay? This is quite scary to say.
21st of July, 2020.
What? That's today's date.
Yeah.
Oh, right now. Right.
Yeah,
I'm going to say
now.
this right now on today's date.
At 8 in the evening.
I'm pretty scared to say this because I've been a Netflix fanboy for quite a long time. I've been a Netflix fanboy for quite a long time. But I've been watching some Amazon Prime shows.
What about Sunny in
Original.
Pennsylvania?
Huh?
What about It's Always Sunny in Transylvania?
It's always sunny in Pennsylvania.
What is it?
In Philadelphia, you
same
fuck.
thing. Same thing.
Pennsylvania.
I told you I don't watch these
What
things.
have they got? Pencils.
So dumb. All we do is sit and talk about pencils.
Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah.
Their exclusive shows are better than Netflix's. Netflix pump out shows, right? They pump out like 5 a month, I swear.
Yeah.
However, they're all the same. They're all the same. They're all fucking some crap crime drama docuseries. It's either that or like a comedy like animated show.
Yeah.
The quality and the cinematography and the writing in the shows on the Amazon Prime are so good. They've got The Boys, which is about like a corrupt group of superheroes living in this like
The Boys.
The Boys.
Yes.
And it's these four men that try and take them down, and they call themselves the Boys. They've got Hunted or Hunters or something, which is set in the 1970s about a group of Jewish Nazi hunters, which is so incredibly shot. It's incredible. If you haven't watched it, please do. Made by the same guy that has done The Man on High.
Inglourious Basterds.
Was it?
I don't know.
The Man on High Castle, film. Which is about if Hitler won the war, and that's got like 4 seasons.
That sounds interesting. 4 seasons. Hang
4
on.
seasons. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about a movie.
No.
I ain't got time for 4 series. If I can't watch 1 series in a day, I'm not on it.
They've got Mr. Robot. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's that guy that played the Beatles dude.
Beetlejuice.
The Queen dude. The Queen dude that in the movie, and he won Best Oscar, Best Actor.
The Queen dude.
You know they made the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, the guy. I know what you're talking about. He's in Until Dawn, the game as well.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know
guy,
his name. I know
it's
him.
Something.
It's a stupid name.
Ramon.
It's a stupid name. It's a fucking
that guy
stupid
is in Mr. Robot,
name.
and again, that is very highly rated. That's gone on for like 5 seasons. I'm just saying.
How many episodes are in these seasons?
Like 10 each.
No.
But
how long's an episode? Like 40 minutes?
40 minutes to an hour.
No.
But this is what I'm saying.
Got to do 10 hours
this
of
is
my
what I'm
day.
saying, right? This is what I'm saying. The show quality, even though they've not released as many, is way above what Netflix can do. I think Netflix in a year, 2 years' time is going to be bottom of the barrel. I swear. I'm calling it. Rate me.
Well, Netflix have got enough money now that if they are losing, they can just throw money at it. So I don't reckon they'll go bust. They won't go bust. But I don't reckon they'll be bottom of the pile either. But I just don't think they'll be top anymore.
Yeah. Obviously, bottom of the pile would be like Hulu and like TBO.
Now TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Because no one pays for that.
No.
McDonald's pays for all the subscriptions.
I do, but yeah, the fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's Monopoly. Nobody pays for it. McDonald's is paying all of the subscriptions right now.
That's all I have. That's it. I don't know. I wasn't actually tapping the screen. I was pretending to tap my tablet then, but nothing's actually on it.
You're going to have to run most of the topics of the podcast because I don't have social media.
That's fine. You can read the news.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, true. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. The Illinformed Podcast.
You wanted it.
You got it.
For it.
You fucking got it, boys.
Did anyone ask for it?
No. Maybe Optimus.
Not even DB?
DB just asks for you. He really likes you, bro. I think you should come back to Warzone soon.
Well, you guys never go to Verdansk anymore.
We are on Verdansk.
Why don't you ever shoot me a
kill, bro. I got an 18 kill game.
Busy, innit?
Well, no. What it was is that you remember I asked you on Saturday, and then I know you went out Sunday, and I was like, well, I can't ask him Sunday because I know he's out. So I just haven't asked you. But if for tonight or tomorrow or something, if you're not, you're probably out.
I am tomorrow, yeah, because it's band
day. Yeah, that's all good, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
See you next Sunday.
I was going to say, where should they follow you? But you don't have it. He's off social media at the moment.
Follow at Potsdam Band.
At Potsdam Band on Instagram?
Yep.
On Instagram. That's Jake's band. You can go and listen to some of their stuff right now. Go give him a follow. Follow me on Twitch at The Sheriff Plays.
At Potsdam
Band. It's just The Sheriff Plays on Twitch. Twitter at The Sheriff Plays. Instagram at The Sheriff Plays.
YouTube,
The Sheriff
Podcasts.
The podcast is the Illinformed Podcast. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday. Peace out. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye.